So we'll go for something on parallelism. This is also a topic that comes under sentence correction. So in sentence correction we have discussed topics like subject of agreement, tenses, parts of speech, now parallelism. Now sometimes the error in a sentence, in the case of sentence correction, right? The error in a sentence may be based on parallelism. Now parallelism means if there is more than one idea in a sentence, all the ideas must have equal importance, right? If there is more than one idea in a sentence, all the ideas must have equal importance. That means all the ideas must be expressed in the similar form. Then only they'll have equal importance. For an idea to have equal importance, they must be in the similar form. So some 7 concepts are there in parallelism. The very first concept in parallelism is gerund. We have already discussed what a gerund is, right? The very first concept is gerund. Second concept is infinitive. Infinitive, right? Gerund means, as we already discussed, it's verb plus ing acting as a noun. Verb plus ing acting as a noun is termed as a gerund. Second one is infinitive. I told you these two terms always come together. We have discussed these two together. Infinitive means 2 plus verb. 2 plus verb is termed as infinitive. I give you examples like smoking is injurious to health. To smoke is injurious to health. Dancing is a good exercise. Dancing becomes a gerund. To dance is a good exercise. To dance becomes an infinitive. So first concept is gerund. Second one is infinitive. Now gerund means if one idea, now as I said, in a sentence if there is more than one idea, all the ideas must be expressed in the similar form. Then only they'll have equal importance, right? If one idea is in the ing form, verb plus ing. If one idea is in the ing form, all the other ideas must also be in the ing form, right? If I go for a sentence like, she likes singing, comma, dancing and playing. She likes singing, dancing and playing, right? As I said, if one idea is in ing form, all the others must also be in the ing form. Similarly, infinitive is 2 plus verb. If one idea is in the infinitive form, all the others must also be in the infinitive form, right? I make a modification to the sentence and I frame it this way. She likes singing, dancing and to play. She likes singing, dancing and to play. Now punctuation marks tell us about the number of clauses in a sentence, right? Punctuation marks, you know what punctuation marks are, full stop, comma, etc. Punctuation marks tell us about the number of clauses in a sentence, right? So we can identify the number of clauses based on the punctuation marks in a sentence, because they tell us about the number of clauses in a, number of ideas in a sentence, right? The number of ideas is being told to us by punctuation marks, right? So I went for a statement like, she likes singing, dancing and to play. There are 3 ideas in this sentence shown by comma. Then as you know, and is a conjunction. So conjunction connects 2 ideas that we've already discussed. So you can look for punctuation marks and conjunctions to find out the number of ideas. A conjunction, we discussed the concept of indicators in detail, contrast, support, cause and effect. They are conjunctions because those words connect 2 ideas. Any word connecting 2 ideas can be termed as a conjunction. So punctuation marks and conjunctions tell us about the number of ideas in a sentence. So my sentence was, she likes singing, dancing and to play. I said there are 3 ideas in this sentence shown by the punctuation mark comma and the conjunction and. So comma and. Anyways, a sentence should end with a full stop, no doubt in that. Comma and tell us about the number of ideas here, right? There are 3 ideas in this sentence. Singing is one idea, dancing is the other idea, and to play is the third one. So first idea is singing, second idea is dancing, to play is the third idea, right? My question is there parallelism in this sentence? Is there parallelism in this sentence? Parallelism means if there is more than one idea, all the ideas must be expressed in the similar form. Means all the ideas must have equal importance. That is termed as parallelism. 3 ideas are here: singing, dancing, and to play. Is there parallelism in this sentence? There is no parallelism in this sentence because the first idea is singing, which is in the ing form. Second idea is dancing, that is also in the ing form. So there is parallelism between the first idea and the second idea. What about the third idea? And to play. To play is infinitive form. Play is a verb. So to play is to plus verb, infinitive. So here 2 ideas are in the gerund form, ing form, and the third idea is not in the ing form. So in this sentence there is no parallelism. So this sentence is grammatically wrong. Clear? For parallelism to be there, all the ideas must be in the similar form. All the ideas in the sentence must be in the similar form. Here parallelism is there between the first idea and the second idea. The third idea is not given the same importance as the first 2 ideas. So there is no parallelism in this sentence. Now how can we make this sentence grammatically fine? She likes singing, comma, dancing and playing. Now this sentence is grammatically fine because parallelism is there. 3 ideas are there. One is singing, then dancing, then playing. So 3 ideas in the sentence and all the 3 ideas are in the ing form. It means all the 3 ideas are expressed in the similar form. All the 3 ideas are having equal importance in this sentence. This sentence has parallelism, so this sentence becomes grammatically fine. Clear? So this is a very first concept in parallelism, gerund, verb plus ing. I repeat, if one idea is in ing form, make sure that all the other ideas must also be in the ing form. Clear? Right. That's the first concept, gerund. Second one is infinitive. As I said, infinitive is to plus verb. Right? If one idea is in the infinitive form, all the other ideas must also be in the infinitive form. Clear? That means if one idea is in the to plus verb form, all the other ideas must also be in the to plus verb form. Right? I go for a sentence like this. She likes to sing, to dance and to play. She likes to sing, to dance and to play. There are 3 ideas in this sentence shown by the comma and. Right? To sing is one idea, then to dance, then to play. There are 3 ideas here. And all the 3 ideas in this are in the similar form. To sing is infinitive, to plus verb. To dance is also infinitive, to plus verb. To play is also infinitive, to plus verb. So there are 3 ideas in this sentence. All the 3 ideas expressed in a similar form. So in this sentence, parallelism is there, but a slight error. There is an error with redundancy. We have already discussed the concept of redundancy. Now I told you don't miss any concept because we don't know from which concept am I going to get a help. So all the concepts must be applied onto every sentence correction question. Not only sentence correction questions, but also to verbal logic questions. Right? There is an error with redundancy. To is being redundant here in this sentence. Right? There is no need for me to say she likes to sing, to dance and to play. Because to is understood in front of the second idea and the third idea. To is understood in front of the second idea and third idea. So if before the second idea and the third idea, there is no need for me to use to. There's no need for me to repeat to. Right? So sentence can be like this. She likes to sing, dance and play. She likes to sing, dance and play. So she likes to sing, dance and play is same as she likes to sing, to dance and to play. To is understood in front of the Second idea and the third idea. So sentence can be just like this, simple. She likes to sing, dance and play. There are three ideas in the sentence and all the three ideas in a similar form. All the three ideas are in the infinitive form, and in this sentence there is parallelism. Clear? So that is about the concept of infinitive. So first concept is gerund. If one idea is in the ing form, all the other is must also be in the ing form. If one idea is in the infinitive form, all the other is must also be in the infinitive form. Got it? So those are the first two concepts in parallelism. The third concept in parallelism is single word. Single word. And the fourth concept is part of speech. Part of speech. Now we discussed parts of speech last class. Nouns, pronouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions, interjections, right? So third concept is single word and the fourth concept is part of speech, right? As I discussed with you last class, one word can be used in different parts of speech. Sometimes a word can be a noun, sometimes an adjective, sometimes a verb. I'll give you examples like conduct, right? The word conduct can be used as a verb, a noun as well as an adjective. It depends on every sentence, right? It depends on the sentence in which that word appears. So one word can be used in different parts of speech, right? Now these two concepts must be taken together. Must be taken together in the sense, parts of speech are for words, right? Parts of speech are for words. So if one idea is a single word, all the other ideas must also be single words, right? If one idea is a single word, all the others must also be single words. And if the ideas are words, we have to look for their parts of speech as well, right? If the ideas are single words, then we have to look for their parts of speech. That means if one idea is the noun, all the other ideas must also be nouns. If one idea is a verb, all the others must also be verbs. If one idea is an adjective, same thing, all the others must also be adjectives. Clear? I write the same sentence. She likes singing, dancing and playing. She likes singing, dancing and playing. Now there are three ideas in this sentence. First idea is singing, second idea is dancing, third idea is playing. Singing is a single word, right? Singing is a single word. So first idea is a single word, so the other ideas must also be single words. So singing is a single word, first idea. Second idea is dancing, that is also a single word. Third idea is playing, that is also a single word. So this concept is okay now. All the three ideas are single words, so that concept is fine. I told you these two, single word and parts of speech, must be taken together, right? Because parts of speech are for words. Clear? So that concept, single word, is fine in this sentence. Now we have to look for the part of speech. We look for the part of speech. Come to one. The first idea, singing. Singing is a noun or a verb here. I told you how to find out whether an ing word is a noun or a verb. We need to ask only one question word to find out the noun in a sentence, that is what. Right? I gave you so many examples as well. If you are getting the answer to the question what, that is the noun in the sentence, right? If you're getting the answer to the question what, that becomes a noun in the sentence. She likes singing. What she likes, the answer becomes singing. So we are getting the answer to the question what as singing, so singing becomes a noun here. Clear? So here, in this sentence, the first idea is a noun. If the first idea is a noun, all the other ideas must also be nouns. Come to the second idea, dancing. What she likes, dancing. So we are getting the answer to the question what as dancing, so dancing also becomes a noun. Third idea is playing. What she likes, playing. So we're getting the answer to the question what as playing, so playing also becomes a noun here. Clear? So in this sentence there are three ideas. All the three ideas are single words and all the three ideas are in the same part of speech, that is noun. So this sentence has got parallelism this sentence is grammatically correct. Got it? So that is about the concept of single word and part of speech. Right? Fine. Now I go for a sentence like, he has bought a pen, a book and umbrella. He has bought a pen, a book and umbrella. How many ideas are there in this sentence? There are 3 ideas in this sentence shown by the comma, conjunction and the full stop. There are 3 ideas here. First idea is a pen, single word, pen. Second idea is a book, book, single word. Third idea is umbrella. Umbrella is also a single word. So the concept of single word is fine in this sentence. Clear? Now we have to look for part of speech. Right? If the ideas are single words, look for the parts of speech as well. The part of speech of all the ideas in a sentence must be the same. Right? Pen is what part of speech? Pen is a noun. So here the first idea is a noun. So all the other ideas must also be nouns. Second idea is book. That is also a noun. And the third idea is umbrella. That is also a noun. So there are 3 ideas in this sentence, and all the 3 ideas are single words, and all the 3 ideas are the same part of speech. Right? But still, this sentence is not correct. Because how many articles in English? 3 articles. I told you in the case of verbal logic, reading comprehension basics, 3 articles, a and the. A and the are the 3 articles in English. Right? A and are called indefinite pronouns. Indefinite articles, sorry. Because we don't use those articles, a and to refer to a particular person or a particular object. Whereas the is called the definite article because we use the to refer to a particular person or a particular object. Clear? Fine. Now the first idea is a pen. Here we have an article to refer to the first idea. Second idea is a book. We have an article to refer to the second idea. Right? Is there any article to refer to the third idea? No. There are articles to refer to the first idea and the second idea. There is no article to refer to the third idea. That means the first 2 ideas are having equal importance, whereas the third idea is not having the same importance as the other 2. Clear? So in this sentence there is no parallelism. How can parallelism be created in this sentence? He has bought a pen, a book and an umbrella. Now this sentence is grammatically fine. All the 3 ideas are single words, right? And all the ideas in the same part of speech. We have an article to refer to all the 3 ideas. So now this sentence becomes grammatically fine. Now there is parallelism. He has bought a pen, a book and an umbrella. Clear? So we discussed 4 concepts in parallelism. First one is gerund. Second one is infinitive. Third is single word. Fourth one is part of speech. Right? Now the 5th concept in parallelism is clause. Clause. I'll tell you what. 6th concept is tense consistency. We discussed tenses in detail, right? I told you the different situations where we need to use the different categories of tenses, right? We discussed in detail with examples. 6th concept is tense consistency, and the last concept is voice. Voice in the sense active voice or passive voice. I have told you about voice as well while doing tenses and while doing pronouns. Clear? Now these 3 concepts must be taken together. Clause, tense consistency and voice must be taken together. Right? I'll tell you what they are. Come to the first one, clause. Now, you know what a subject is in a sentence, right? In a sentence, what a subject is, you know. If I say, the cat kills the rat. The cat kills the rat. What is subject? The subject is the doer of an action, or the noun or pronoun given primary importance. The doer of an action or the noun or pronoun given primary importance in a sentence is termed as a subject. Whereas The receiver of an action or the noun or pronoun given secondary importance in a sentence is termed as the object. Clear? Fine. Action here is kills, verb. Fine. Main verb, because it's a main verb is what that denotes action. Kills is an action, so kills becomes a main verb. Clear? The cat kills a rat. What is the subject here? The subject here is the cat. Fine. Object is the rat. Verb is kills. Now I told you earlier, we cannot imagine a sentence without a subject and a verb. A subject and a verb. We discussed subject-verb agreement in detail. A subject and a verb must be there in every sentence. An object is not necessary. May be there, may not be there. But a subject and a verb must be there in every sentence. Clear? Right. He sings a song. He sings a song. Subject is he. Object is song. Verb is sings. Right? What do you mean by a sentence? A group of words cannot be called a sentence. A group of words that makes a complete meaning or a complete sense is termed as a sentence. Clear? Fine. If I say he sings, he sings. Can this be called a sentence? He sings. Does it make a complete sense or not? Does it make a complete meaning? Yes, it makes a complete meaning, it makes a complete sense. So this can also be termed as a sentence. Fine. Subject is he. Subject is he. Object? There's no object in this sentence. Is there any other noun or pronoun in this sentence? No. As you know, subject and object can only be nouns or pronouns. Is there any other noun or pronoun in this sentence? No. That means in this sentence there is no object. I told you an object is not necessary. May be there, may not be there. But a subject and a verb must be there in every sentence. So he is the subject and sings is the verb here. Fine, there is no object in this sentence. Fine. Now we are discussing what a clause is. So you know what a subject is and you know what an object is. Right. Now what do you mean by a predicate? What is a predicate? In a sentence, what is said about the subject is termed as a predicate. What is said about the subject in a sentence is called the predicate. That means in a sentence, the part excluding the subject is termed as a predicate. Clear? The part excluding the subject in a sentence is termed as a predicate. That means in a sentence, what is said about the subject is called the predicate. Right? Come to the same sentences. The cat kills the rat. The cat is the subject here. As I said, what is said about the subject is called the predicate. Now, in a sentence, in this sentence, what is said about the cat? What is said about the cat in this sentence? What is said about the subject, that is a cat in this sentence, is kills the rat. Right? So, kills a rat, what is said about the subject here? So, kills the rat is termed as the predicate. Kills the rat is termed as a predicate because that is what is said about the subject here. Clear? Now, the rat is the object in this sentence. Right? Actually, object is not necessary, may be there, may not be there. If there is an object in a sentence, the object also comes in the predicate. Right? If there is an object in a sentence, the object also comes in the predicate. So, the cat is the subject and kills the rat is the predicate. Fine? Right. Come to the second one. He sings a song. The subject in this sentence is he. What is said about the subject here? Sings a song. So, sings a song is termed as the predicate. Sings a song is termed as a predicate. What is the object in this sentence? Song is the object. As I said, if there is an object in a sentence, the object also comes in the predicate. So, song is the object which comes in the predicate. So, he is a subject, sings a song is a predicate. Fine? The next sentence. He sings. He sings. The subject in this sentence is he. What is said about the subject here? Sings. So, this is the predicate in this sentence. There is no object here. So, he is a subject and sings is a predicate. Clear? So that is about a subject and a predicate. Now come to a clause. A clause. A sentence will contain at least one clause. There will be at least one clause in each and every sentence. There may be 2 or 3 sometimes, but there will be at least one clause in each and every sentence. Now, a clause is a part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate. A part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate is termed as a clause. That means clause is subject plus predicate. Subject plus predicate is termed as a clause, right? Now the only difference between a sentence and a clause is that a sentence always makes a complete sense, whereas a clause may make a complete sense or an incomplete sense. That is the only difference, right? A sentence always makes a complete sense, whereas a clause may make a complete sense or an incomplete sense. I'll tell you the difference anyways. I'll give an example. So as I said, a part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate is termed as a clause. That means clause is subject plus predicate. Come back to the same sentences. The cat kills a rat. This is a part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate. So I can say this can be termed as a clause, because this is a part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate. So the cat kills a rat can be termed as a sentence as well as a clause. Similarly, he sings a song. This is a part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate. So this can also be termed as a clause as well as a sentence. He sings is a part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate. So this can also be termed as a clause as well as a sentence. Clear? So a clause, a sentence always makes a complete sense, whereas a clause may make a complete sense or an incomplete sense. That's the only thing. Clear? Fine. To prove my point, we'll go for a sentence, right? I've given you the statement while doing tenses and modifiers, if you remember. When we reached the station, comma, the train had, listen patient, right? So they can explain better. When we reached the station, comma, the train had already left. When we reached the station, the train had already left. How many clauses are there in this sentence? There are 2 clauses shown by the comma. When we reached the station is one clause, the train had already left is another clause, right? So a clause should contain a subject and a predicate. Fine. Come to the first part before the comma. When we reach the station, subject is we, the doers. Subject is we. Object is station, right? So we is a subject, station is the object. Predicate is reached the station. Reach the station can be termed as a predicate. So this is a part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate. So I can say this can be termed as a clause. Fine. Come to the second one. The train had already left. Subject is the train, right? Object. Is there any other noun or pronoun here? No. So there is no object in this clause. Actually, object is not necessary. Maybe there, may not be there. Predicate is had already left. Clear? So this can also be termed as a clause because it is also a part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate. Clear? Now I say the train had already left. The train had already left is termed as the main clause or the independent clause. I'll tell you why. The train had already left is termed as a main clause or independent clause, whereas when we reached the station is termed as the dependent clause, subordinate clause, or the dependent clause. Both mean the same. Subordinate clause or the dependent clause. So the train had already left is termed as the main clause or the independent clause, whereas when we reach the station is termed as a subordinate clause or the dependent clause. Now I told you a clause may make a complete sense or an incomplete sense, but a sentence always makes a complete sense. Clear? Fine. Come to the second one now. The train had already left. If I say the train had already left, is the meaning complete or incomplete? Does it make a complete sense or an incomplete sense? The train had already left. It makes a complete meaning. It makes a complete sense. Right? The train had already left. So any clause that makes a complete meaning or a complete sense is termed as the main clause or the independent clause. Right? So a clause making a complete meaning or a complete sense can be termed as the main clause or the independent clause. Fine. Now come to the first clause. When we reached the station. If I say when we reached the station, is the meaning complete or incomplete? It makes a complete sense or incomplete sense? It makes an incomplete sense. It makes an incomplete meaning. That means the first clause depends upon the second clause to gain a meaning. Right? So any clause that makes an incomplete meaning or an incomplete sense is termed as the subordinate clause or the dependent clause. Right? So a clause making a complete meaning or a complete sense is the main clause or the independent clause, whereas a clause making an incomplete meaning or an incomplete sense is termed as a subordinate clause or the dependent clause. Clear? So a sentence must make sense, whereas a clause may make a complete sense or an incomplete sense. Okay? A sentence must always make a complete sense. Right? Now a main clause can appear alone, whereas a subordinate clause cannot appear alone because it cannot make a complete meaning. Right? I wrote 3 sentences earlier. I'll go for the same 3 sentences. The cat kills a rat. That is a clause because it contains a subject and a predicate. The cat kills a rat can be termed as a main clause or subordinate clause. The cat kills a clause. Only one clause is there. I told you a subordinate clause cannot exist alone, whereas a main clause can exist alone. The cat kills a rat. There is only one clause here. It makes a complete meaning, so it is the main clause here. Right? Similarly, he sings a song. Only one clause here, so it cannot be subordinate clause. It should be the main clause here and makes a complete sense. Main clause. He sings. Only one clause, so it cannot be subordinate clause. It is a main clause here. It makes a complete meaning or a complete sense. Clear? So that is about a clause. A clause is a part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate. Fine. Now come to the last 3 concepts in parallelism: clause, tense consistency, and voice. Clear? Now, these 3 concepts must be taken together, and these 3 concepts are for long sentences. Clause, tense consistency, and voice are for long sentences. Now, in the case of sentence correction, we may come across long sentences as well as short sentences. Clear? So these 3 concepts, clause, tense consistency, and voice, must be applied onto long sentences. I told you what a clause is. Tense consistency you already know. If a sentence begins in the present tense, all the other ideas must, till the end of the sentence, it must be in the present. Similarly, if it begins in the past, till then it must be in the past. Future, same thing. That means if one idea is in the present tense, all the other ideas must also be in the present tense. If one idea is in the past tense, all the other ideas must also be in the past tense. Same is the case of future. If one idea is in the future tense, all the others must also be in the future tense. So in a sentence, there must be tense consistency. Clear? Right. And the third concept is voice. We have already discussed voice actually. Active voice and passive voice. Active voice, the order of the sentence will be subject, verb, object. And passive voice, the order will be object, verb, subject. Clear? In the case of parallelism, how voice plays a role is that if one idea, in the case of long sentences I am saying, I told you these 3 are applicable in the case of long sentences. If one idea is in the active voice, all the other ideas must also be in the active voice. If not, it's an error. If one idea is in the passive voice, same as the case, all the other ideas must also be in the passive voice, right? So clause, tense consistency and voice must be taken together. I'll give you an example combining these three: clause, tense consistency and voice. Clear? Fine. I'll go for a long sentence to explain those three. I will go to the library tomorrow. I will go to the library tomorrow, comma, has returned the book that is 5 days overdue, comma, and conjunction, and apologized for holding it up, and apologized for holding it up, full stop. So this is a very long sentence, right? Now I told you subject and object can only be nouns or pronouns, right? Fine. So this is a very long sentence, and this sentence contains three ideas shown by the punctuation mark, comma, and the conjunction and. Clear? So I will go to the library tomorrow is one idea. Has returned the book that is 5 days overdue is another idea. And apologize for holding it up is yet another idea. Clear? So there are three ideas in this sentence. First is I will go to the library tomorrow. Second is has returned the book that is 5 days overdue. Third is apologize for holding it up. Clear? This is a very long sentence. So as this is a very long sentence, we have to think about the concepts clause, voice and tense consistency. Clear? Now I told you about the concept of gerund. In any of these ideas, do you find gerund? No. No gerund is there in any of the three ideas, so forget about the concept of gerund. That is eliminated. Infinitive. Second concept was infinitive. Is there any infinitive in any of the ideas in this sentence? There is no infinitive in any of the three ideas. So forget about the concept of indicators also. I mean infinitive as well. So gerund and concept, gerund and infinitive you just label. We don't require it to think about this sentence, right? Third concept was single word. Fourth concept was part of speech. I told you those two concepts must be taken together. If one idea is a single word, all the others must also be single words. It can never be like this, that one idea is a single word and the other idea is a clauses, or one idea is a clause and the other idea is a single words. It can never happen that way. If one idea is a single word, all the others must also be single words. Similarly, if one idea is a clause, all the others must also be clauses. Clear? So in this sentence, we don't require the concepts of gerund and infinitive because there's no gerund here, there's no infinitive here. Third concept is single word. Fourth concept is part of speech. Here the first idea is I will go to the library tomorrow. This idea is a single word or a clause. This idea is a clause, right? So we don't require the concepts of single word and part of speech also. So to know the error in this sentence, we don't require four concepts in parallelism. The concepts of gerund, infinitive, single word and part of speech are not required in this sentence. Now we have only three concepts left. And the three concepts that are left are clause, tense consistency and voice. And this is a very long sentence. Clear? So we have to think only about those three concepts. Tense consistency, clause and voice. Fine. Now tell me, do we have tense consistency in this sentence? Do we have tense consistency in this sentence? Come to the first idea. I told you tense consistency means if one idea is in the present tense, all the ideas must also be in the present tense. Past same thing, future also same. First idea is I will go to the library tomorrow. That is which tense? Will appears in the future tense. We discussed in tenses. So first idea is in the future tense. So the other ideas must also be in the future tense, right? Come to the second idea. Has returned. Has comes in which tense? Has comes in the present tense. So second idea is in the present tense. Present perfect. Has plus V3. We discuss the structures in detail. Subject plus has plus V3 is present perfect, right? So has comes in the present tense anyways. So second idea is in the present tense. Third idea, and apologized for holding it up. Apologized is past tense, right? So in this sentence there are three ideas. First idea is in the future tense. Second idea is in the present tense. Third idea is in the past tense. There is no tense consistency in this sentence. This sentence is anyways grammatically wrong, right? Fine. Now we shall make it fine in the case of tense consistency. First idea is I will go to the library tomorrow, future tense. So the other ideas must also be in the future tense. Clear? So we'll make it fine. I will go to the library tomorrow, comma. I just eliminate this part. Will return the book that is 5 days overdue. Will return the book that is 5 days overdue. Is it fine? Will return the book that is 5 days overdue. It is future tense, that's okay. Leave it there. Will return the book that is 5 days overdue and apologize. We have to change that one too, right? And will apologize for holding it up. That is future, right? So here we have three ideas and all the three ideas in the future tense now. But there is an error with redundancy. There's an error with redundancy. There is no need for me to repeat will in the second idea and in the third idea, because will is understood in the second idea and the third idea. So sentence can be just like this. I will go to the library tomorrow, comma, return the book that is 5 days overdue and apologize for holding it up. Apologize for holding it up. So if I say I will go to library tomorrow, comma, return the book is same as I will return the book. I will is understood there. There is no need for you to repeat I will. So return the book is same as I will return the book. That is 5 days overdue. And apologize is same as I will apologize. I will is understood here. There is no need for us to repeat I will out here. Clear? So sentence can be just like this. I will go to the library tomorrow, comma. Return the book is same as I will return the book. Return the book that is 5 days overdue and apologize is same as I will apologize and apologize for holding it up. So now tense consistency is fine, right? All the three ideas are in the future tense. So tense consistency is fine out here. Now we have to think about clause and voice. Come to first idea. I will go to the library tomorrow. Subject is I. Subject is I. Object is library, right? Predicate is go to the library tomorrow. So I is a subject, library is the object, predicate is will go to the library tomorrow. So that is a part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate. So I can say that is a clause, right? So here the first idea is a clause. As I said, if one idea is a clause, all the others must also be clauses. Come to the second idea. Return the book that is 5 days overdue. What is the subject in this sentence? The subject in this sentence is I, which is understood, right? Return is same as I will return. So I is the subject which is understood here. What is the object here? Object is book. Object is book. And predicate is will return the book that is 5 days overdue. So this is also a part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate. So this can also be termed as a clause, right? Come to the third idea now. And apologize for holding it up, right? What is the subject here? Subject here is again I, which is understood, right? I is the subject that is understood. Object is the phrase is like the clause is like this. I will apologize. I will is not required. Apologize for holding it up. It is a pronoun. I told you subject and object can only be nouns or pronouns. It is a pronoun referring to the book, right? For holding it up, that means of holding the book up. So it is the object here, and the predicate is will apologize for holding it up. Clear? So now all the three ideas are clauses, and all the three ideas, in all the three ideas, tense consistency is fine. Now we have only one more concept left, that is voice. Clear? I told you if one idea is in the active voice, all the other ideas must also be in the active voice. Similarly, if one idea is in the passive voice, all the other ideas must also be in the passive voice. Clear? Come to the first idea now. I will go to the library tomorrow. Write down the order of this idea. I is a subject. I is the subject, comes first. Will go is the verb, comes second. Library is the object, comes third. So this sentence is in the order subject, verb, object. So I can say this sentence is in the active voice. This idea is in the active voice. So here the first idea is in the active voice. So all the other ideas must also be in the active voice. Come to the second one. I will return. I will is understood there. I will return the book that is 5 days overdue. Subject is I, comes first. Verb is will return, comes third, comes second. Object is the book, comes third. So this idea is also in the order subject, verb, object. That is also in the active voice. Now we have to think about only one more idea. Last one. Apologize for holding it up. Subject here is I, that is understood. Verb is will apologize and the object is it. So the last idea is also in the order subject, verb, object, that is active voice. Clear? Now in this very long sentence, right, tense consistency is there. It started in the future tense, till then it's in the future tense. Then all the three ideas are clauses, so that concept is fine. And all the three ideas are in the active voice. So parallelism is there in this sentence. Now this sentence becomes grammatically fine. Got it? So in the case of long sentences, think about those three concepts together. Clause, tense consistency and voice. So these are the 7 concepts that come in parallelism. I repeat, first one is gerund. If one idea is in ing form, all the others must also be in the ing form. Second idea is infinitive. If one idea is in infinitive form, to plus verb, all the others must also be in the infinitive form. Then single word and part of speech must be taken together, right? If one idea is a single word, all the others must also be single words. Then think about the part of speech in that case. If one idea is a noun, all the others must also be nouns. Verbs, same thing. Adjective also same. Then tense consistency, clause and voice in the case of long sentences. So these are the concepts that appear in parallelism. Fine.